Tonight, as crews battle multiple wildfires across the state, forecasters are warning of critical fire weather over the weekend, issuing a warning reserved for the worst fire weather. Everything you need to know.
We understand that making these decisions are very impactful.
Plus, as we get you ready for this red flag warning, more than 40,000 customers could lose power in an Avista shutoff tomorrow. Who could be impacted? Coming up.
The weekend may be almost here, but don't expect a break from the critical fire weather danger that we're tracking tonight. How windy it could get and how hot it could get in your full forecast.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We continue to follow that breaking news out of Airway Heights where a police officer shot and killed a suspect this afternoon. KREM 2's Christian Garza is live at the scene of that deadly shooting. So Christian, what can you tell us about this one?
Well, this residential area of Airway Heights near 12th Avenue and Lundstrom Street is the center of an investigation following that deadly officer-involved shooting that happened just around noon today. Now, Airway Heights Police Chief Brad Richmond confirmed that this indeed did happen earlier around noon. Now, officers with assistance from a Spokane County deputy received a call about a suspicious person exhibiting strange behavior going into a vacant home that is currently up for sale. After confirming that no one should have been in the house, officers verbally told him to come out, but he refused. Officers then entered the residence to find the man screaming at them unintelligibly. A taser was then deployed, but was ineffective. Chief Richmond says that's when the suspect confronted the officers with a knife and lethal force was used on that suspect. Now, despite life-saving measures, the suspect did end up dying at the scene. I did speak with one neighbor, Taylor McDonald, who lives just right around the corner from where this incident took place. Now take a listen at what she says that she experienced.
We heard like a loud shot, which we thought was, like somebody maybe working on something or wood slamming, or which again is nothing unusual around here. And then there was more sirens, and then we waited a bit, came out, and then found that somebody was shot.
I'm told for now the officer that fired their weapon is on critical incident leave as the investigation continues. Now, due to the fact that both Airway Heights officers as well as Spokane County deputies were on scene when this incident happened, Spokane police will be taking the lead in this investigation and will be releasing information as it becomes available. For now, this area of 12th Avenue and Lundstrom Street will remain closed while crews investigate. I wasn't given a specific timeline of when this area is set to reopen. In Airway Heights, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. And as we head into the weekend here at KREM 2, we are in a weather impact alert for what the National Weather Service is calling a particularly dangerous situation with critical fire weather on tap for tomorrow. So we are bringing you team coverage tonight as we prepare for the weekend. We'll kick things off with meteorologist Cody Proctor with more on what we need to know about tomorrow's forecast. Cody.
Yeah, Mark, as we head into tomorrow, we're keeping track of that chance for some really gusty conditions for tomorrow, all because of a dry cold front that's expected to move through. And it's why we have that weather impact in the first place, because we were looking at that critical fire weather for tomorrow. Very dry and windy conditions. Could see southwest winds about 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts in some places could get up to about 50 miles per hour. So watch that pretty closely. The good news is right now we are seeing some relatively calm conditions at this time. So we are before everything happens, before everything starts to kick off. So enjoy the calm while we have it. Temperatures right now are currently at 91 degrees. Our winds at Spokane Airport are actually calm at this time, but that relative humidity is just so low, down into the low teens at this time. Around our region, most of our temperatures are in the 90s, Sandpoint's in the upper 80s at this time. Moses Lake, you're 92 degrees. At least our winds, like I said, are on the calm to light side at this time because we're not expecting them to stay very calm for long, especially as we head into tomorrow. We have that red flag warning for that particularly dangerous situation. This will go into effect at 11 o'clock in the morning. Will stay in effect into our nighttime hours at around 11 p.m. Could see, again, those breezy to gusty winds, that low relative humidity. It's already super dry outside as it is in the first place when it comes to our drought conditions. We're watching that dry cold front as it continues to get closer towards the northwest. We have a few hours, though, before we get to it. The next 12 hours should be on the calm side for us. We don't really see those winds pick up in our morning hours. It's looking to be later into our morning and into our early afternoon. Highs tomorrow could be about 86 degrees. Could still see some hazy skies across the region. Sunday could be quite a bit cooler. cooler into the upper 70s before we start to warm back up a bit. There's a lot that's in this forecast, and I'll break it down for you later.
All right, we'll talk to you then, Cody. Thank you. Well, this is the first time the National Weather Service of Spokane has upgraded red flag warnings to a PDS, a particularly dangerous situation. And in an effort to bring you more to the story tonight, KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones break down what this fairly new label means.
It's Friday, July 31st, and we do have a very impactful fire weather pattern coming up for tomorrow.
In a special weather briefing this morning, the National Weather Service deemed Saturday's forecast as one bringing critical to extreme fire weather conditions.
But this is more than our typical red flag type of situation.
The PDS label was first introduced by the agency last year, but the conditions and weather it describes isn't new. Strong winds upwards of 30 miles per hour, low relative humidity, little to no rain in the last 30 to 90 days, and risk of extreme fire behavior and very rapid growth. The potential dangerous weather has also caught the attention of Public Lands Commissioner Dave Upthegrove.
So lots of indications of the stresses and challenges that firefighters are facing right now.
Days in the past that would have had this label assigned include August 18th, 2023, the day the Gray and Oregon Road fires broke out, and the Labor Day fires in 2020 that sparked the Malden fire.
To my knowledge, the National Weather Service has not issued that level of warning in Eastern Washington previously.
So here's what you can do ahead of a PDS warning. Clear brush away from your house. Know your potential evacuation routes and have an emergency supply kit ready to go in the event a fire sparks near you.
And I just want to emphasize this: extreme fire weather conditions.
In Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
In other news this evening, the federal trial for the former Spokane County Sheriff's Deputy Sergeant Clay Hilton was pushed back to February of 2027. Body camera footage showed Hilton hitting and kicking Kevin Hinton after he refused to hand over his ID during a 2023 arrest. The 62-year-old suffered a concussion and was beaten so severely his attorneys told KREM 2 that jail refused to take him. He spent days in the hospital. Well, last month, a Spokane County jury found Hilton not guilty of second-degree assault and false swearing. That federal trial for Clay Hilton was pushed back again per his request to the court earlier this month. He was set to go on trial on charges of deprivation of rights under color of law and falsification of records in a federal investigation in October. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says deputies are searching Banks Lake near Northrop Point for a man who reportedly jumped off a boat and did not resurface. The Sheriff's Office says deputies searched that area until 11 o'clock last night. Earlier today, they returned to the lake to continue their search. Few details are available at this time, but we will keep you updated as we learn more. All right, still to come on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. Due to extreme fire danger tomorrow, Avista planning to public safety power shutoff, potentially impacting thousands of customers. Find out which areas could be impacted coming up in 3 minutes. And with fire crews in Washington already swamped, officials had to call in the National Guard for support. More on that in just 8 minutes.